Alright guys, today's the race day. I'm about to head out. It's about 5:10. I'm gonna head to the meetup destination because we're in carpool from the end to the start line. So yeah, I'm really I didn't get much sleep last night, but it's fine. I'll be fine. I'm just gonna quickly get ready and head out because I need to clean my car out in like 5 minutes, and if I have time I'll probably try to get gas, but if I can't, it's fine. Alright, it is time.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna make this short and quick. So I did the 50-kilometer run, and this is what happened. The race started at 7 a.m. I woke up roughly at 4:30ish, and I got ready and I headed out to the race. And the race started at the bottom of the mountains, and the highest point was 1,500 feet. But during the race, you're like going uphill, downhill. The entire race is pretty much running on rocks, like giant rocks, jaggery rocks. It's hard to get your balance, and jumping over ponds, climbing over things. So it was really fun. And the first 5 miles, I was doing pretty well. And after a little after the 5th mile, my shin splint started to kill me. And it was really bad. I tried to fast walk and run, try to keep up with people, but at this point I knew I couldn't, so I decided to limp. I limped up the mountain, and once I reached the 1,500 foot highest peak, it started to snow, and it was snowing pretty hard. And I kept on continuing to the rest of the race, and at this point the snow got pretty heavy, and I wasn't prepared for the snow. I really didn't know it's gonna snow until the day before, and I already left my house. And my hands and my gloves and my shoes were soaking wet at this point, and I was limping. And I literally lost feeling on my feet and my hands at one point. I couldn't move my fingers and even operate my GoPro, so it was just too difficult for me to move my hands. So I just decided to just use my camera on my phone to record, and it was pretty difficult, but I did my best to pull through. So I kept on going, and when I reached mile 11.5, that was the only aid station, and everyone at this point was miles ahead of me. And the guy told me, the guy at the aid station said, this is you probably should let me drive you back to the finishing line, and someone can drive you to your car. And I said, no, I don't want to. I want to keep on continuing. He's like, after this point, you're on your own. No one's, we're all probably going to go home. And he said the second part's even harder than the first part. And the first part is difficult because I had to limp most of it. But I said no, and he's like, well, good luck to you, and hopefully you make it. And so I continued going, and I was doing mentally. I was like telling myself like, why are you going ahead? You're gonna screw up. You're not gonna make it, because I was just so cold. But then I got rid of those thoughts, and I just kept on going. And at mile 14, I believe, I got lost. I got lost because the snow was piling up, and I couldn't tell where the trailer was, because the trailer was white paint on the trees. And since it was snowing, I couldn't tell where the paint was, and I got lost. And one time I got lost for over a mile, and when I realized I don't see any white paint, I recrossed my steps, walked back a mile or so, and I just looked around for footsteps from previous runners, like where can I find small, faint footsteps? And I finally found them, and I followed those footsteps until I found a marking for the trail, and I got really excited, like, oh shit, finally, I'm not gonna die out here. And so I kept going, and at this point I was in a lot of pain. My left leg was screwed because since the trail was all rocks, I kept on twisting my left ankle, so I kept on sliding because the way I was moving was limping, and I wasn't putting much. I was kind of moving my left leg on a tilt on my foot, so I kept on rolling it, and I just was like dying out there. But it was fine because I could still go. I could still continue. And then after 18 miles of limping, I finally found road. And when I looked on the map that they gave us, I realized I didn't have the map. I lost it somewhere on the trail when I got lost, I'm assuming. And at this point, I just walked a few miles down the road, and I couldn't see where the trail was. So I had to stop because I didn't know what to do. My phone was almost dead, and I only have everyone already went home. So the only option was to call Lyft. So at this point, it was really depressing that I couldn't continue because I was only like a few miles from the end, and I was so upset. I was so close to finishing, but shit happens, and you gotta do it. You gotta roll the punches. I'm just happy I did this race because at mile 11.5, when I was dying out there, I told myself I'm gonna continue, and that right there is one of the reasons why I'm doing all this stuff, to push myself when things get hard. And yeah, it was great. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll make another video on what to bring on these kind of runs because I was not prepared compared to everyone else. I was carrying way too much weight. All right, bye.